What's up, guys? I just wanted to go over some leveling tips and tricks for when Mists of Pandaria releases, okay? The greatest thing about being a Resto Druid while leveling is that you can always have your main spec. The greatest thing is that your gear transfers over to your off spec. Your spirit will transfer to hit, which is one of the biggest problems you have while leveling, is as soon as you ding, all your stats go down, you're missing all the time. It just happens. It's going to happen. It's the way it's been in every expansion. Don't expect anything different now. Balanced Druids kind of negate that a little bit because all their spirit is converted into hit. So the really cool thing is, as long as you're collecting your Resto gear, you're going to be able to not miss targets. You're going to be able to use your mass entanglements. You're going to want to use your Ursol's Vortex. You're going to want to learn how to use all these skills so that you can group up enemies, mushrooms, dots, starfall, everything that you want to do for AoE, so that way you can just walk over, group loot, on to the next quest. Balanced Druids are such a fun class to level with because they have so many utilities, and Druids in general do. You can always switch to your travel form if you need to get away from something. There's just so many options that you have while leveling with a Druid. But as a Resto Druid in particular, your off-spec is going to want to be balanced. At least mine will be. And the reason is not because I'm lazy, it's because it correlates well, the gear correlates well. While I'm leveling through dungeons, I can collect both sets. Now obviously my balanced set won't be my priority, but if a piece drops and no one else needs it, I'm taking it. Because at the end, when I hit 90, I'm going to be able to go through all my bags and go through my bank and say, okay, well, this is what I've got for my balance set before I enter Heroics. This is what I've got for my Resto set, balance set. Boom, boom, boom. Get them set up on my equipment manager, figure out exactly where I'm lacking on both, and then that way, as I'm going through Heroics, getting ready to gear out for raids, and going through those quests for all the rep grinding, because we know there's going to be tons of rep grinding, and from the looks of it, especially if you're like me and you like mounts, you're going to want to do rep grinding, which means you're going to have to do daily quests. So you're going to want a balance set, because no one levels as a healer unless you're straight dungeon queuing. You don't level as a healer. And let me tell you, straight dungeon queuing, I did it in Mist with my Druid up to level 87. It took me, but you have to remember that I also had free level 85 to 86. So it's really, questing's always a little bit faster. It's nice to be able to queue up for a dungeon when you want to take a break from some quests and at least do the quests in the dungeons too, because those are always great XP. Get the randoms out of the way so you can get your XP for those. Those are the main points, but after that you're going to want a quest. So, like if you're like me, I'm even going one step further and making sure I have some PvP gear. Now, it's not a full set yet. I'm working on it. Hopefully it will be by the time the expansion comes out. But I want to make sure that my Balanced Druid, when I initially start questing, I have some PvP gear. Obviously, by level 87, 88, 89, and so on, it'll be outdated, and even the PvE gear will be better, enough to where the resilience that I'm currently wearing won't matter. But again, I have it just in case. I'm going to start off in that, so that way if people are trying to gank while there's got quests, or if you see a big group of horde, you're not instantly two-shot, and you're not squishy as all hell when some rank 1 comes in and just owns you. It's one of the most annoying things when expansion launches is, getting ganked and having to deal with horde. Even though I am on an alliance-based server, alliance-heavy server, it's okay. Not a big deal. I wanted it anyway, and I had the time to do it. I did get shirts going, guys. I just got the quotes today, so those should be. I just got to get a couple things going with some emails on that to get the exact file types that they need going, but as soon as I get those over, those will be made. So if you do want one of those shirts, I know I've had a couple messages asking for them, go ahead and shoot me a message, and I'll obviously, once I get them out, I will update you and I will send you some pictures. It's just going to be the big Nash Gaming logo on black shirts. That's what I have right now. They did say that I could do hoodies, and I can mix and match what sizes and hoodies or shirts or whatever, so that's really cool. So if you want to do that, that's cool. As of this moment, the only hoodie I'm getting is for myself. But again, if you really want one, let me know. Not a big deal. I'll try and hook you up the best I can. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to go over some quick tips and tricks for, maybe leveling and making sure that you're not trying to level as a Resto Druid. Always make sure that you have that DPS off spec, because even when raids come around, you're going to want to have that gear. You're going to want to have the ability to do more than one thing. That is the biggest thing with Druids, is we're such a good utility class, guys, that if you're not playing and you don't really know the full Druid spectrum, you're really hindering your raid, because there's going to be things that, oh, well, all I have to do is this, and then we can negate this whole thing. Oh, perfect. There's a lot of situations like that Druids can come up and step in. So I just wanted to go over that, and we'll see you in Mist, guys. Remember, September 25th. September 25th, it's coming. See ya.